A word to describe how you feel today.
Apprehensive.
A word to describe you.
Is complicated too cliche?
No. A word to describe how you felt at the start of last year.
Awful.
What gives you strength?
People.
Who or what feeds your soul?
Sad combination of literature and alcohol.
How do you hope to feel in a year's time?
Better. My name is Rosemary Doyle. I prefer Rosie because Rosemary's a dumb name. I am a third year art student. I am a literature major and a history minor. I've been living in Melbourne for 3 years, so I grew up in the country. My interests include socialising. I'm the world's biggest extrovert. Reading all the time, massive comic book fan, and TV and film. I love bars and going out and the people around me. My journey or my issues with mental health, I like to think that they started when I was 12, but I honestly believe that I had problems with eating for my entire life. And I am 6 foot tall. I've been 6 foot tall since I was 12 years old, so my entire childhood was just me growing. And so I ate like a horse, and then I hit puberty, and I always have people commenting on my body forever. My mother is 5'5". I was 6 foot tall at 12 years old. I looked like a freak because I was around all of these tiny people. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, it was when puberty kicked in. Well, puberty, it's gonna happen. I started caring about what they thought, and I wanted to look more like them. I think that was where it began. And then everything kind of evolved from there. Then there was the anxiety and no, it's been 9 years now, so It's been a while.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When I was 17, what prompted me to seek help was it was actually just my body couldn't do it anymore. I'd been throwing up blood and also I just kind of started to realize how much it sucked feeling like shit all the time. So it just kind of went from there. So that's the first time I got help, and I saw my first therapist for a year and a half. And I refused to see a therapist in my hometown because it was small, and I was terrified anyone would find out. So my parents would have to drive me to a bigger place 40 minutes away because I was so afraid of being caught. Being caught out. The experience of the stigma of mental health. I have a heart condition. I take medication every 3 hours. I can't believe the different reactions you get. There's someone who crosses over in between suffering from chronic illness and problems with physical health, and someone who suffers from mental health. How different it is the way people react. The way that people react is so different. People are just oh my god, you have a heart condition. Holy shit, that's really serious. Oh, you have borderline personality disorder and eating disorder, general anxiety. Have you thought about exercising? Which I do, and it does make me feel better, but it's still so annoying. And I have seizures. When I have a seizure, people are just really, really shocked and concerned, and they want to help. When I have a mental break, people do want that. The people who I'm close to and the people who care about me, I care about them. But I've lost friends over mental breaks that I've had before. I've never lost a friend over a seizure. I think the way that when talking about stigma and how not to contribute to it, I think that on a level we're a little bit guilty of contributing to it. I am positive that I have before. I think that if you're a victim of stigma, you've got to remember that often those people are not very well themselves and they're just not in the mood to deal with your shit. That being said, like, the way some people react, like, I think one of the greatest lines I've ever heard in my entire life was something I thought was a close friend at the time said to me, glorifying your mental illness. Like, you know, I would say don't be mean. Like, you know, everyone's allowed to be a little bit self-centered and, like, be like, hey man, I love you, I can't deal with you today because I'm not feeling great. Don't be mean. Don't be mean. Don't cut people off like that. I wish that I had known when I started experiencing mental health issues that, like, it's okay and you're not the only one. It's so hard to find solace in other people. Like, I wish that, I wish I'd gotten help earlier. Like, even when I got help when I was 17, and then that was for a year and a half, I took about a year off. Very bad idea. I had, like, the relapse of a lifetime. Like, I wish I could tell, like, my 12-year-old self to get help immediately instead of, like, letting what at the time was, like, this pubescent, not even teenage girl, like, trying to come to terms with her body and, like, food and, like, how other people think you should look. And, like, it is okay to look the way that you are. It is okay that all of your friends are tiny little humans and you are a giant. You know, instead of letting things escalate to where they got. Advice I would give to someone who's watching this, get help. Like, seriously, get help. Find a therapist that works for you. Accept the fact that, like, in a lot of cases, therapy is for the long haul. I've been seeing my current therapist for 2 years. I will probably be seeing him for the next 10. It's for the long haul and it's actually really hard work. Like, sometimes you're gonna walk out of there and just be like, that was awful, I feel worse. The next day you are gonna feel better. To those who do not feel good and feel like it's hopeless or things are never gonna get better, it actually does get better. I didn't think it would. It actually does get better. You can get to a place where, like, these things aren't gone, but they are manageable and you start actually enjoying things again, and, like, that's really important. So yeah, that's what I'd say. Is that okay?